All right, back in the 2010s decade, I, Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, watched a number of talk shows, and I focused in on it was especially focused in 2017, 2018, 2019, so I guess it's technically multimedia coverage, because talk shows are like a final product, at least for me. I'm Tanis Coralee Leonhardi, she, her, hers of Seattle, at least currently, as of when I'm filming this. What day is it? It is Friday, 14 March 2025. So I'm going to go through a few people. The talk show hosts I watched, and this is a recall exercise, and do I have kind of a key takeaway? So Graham Norton was kind of the Europe representative that I watched, and I really, really enjoyed it. And I was like, that's just the show where I would just want to be a guest. I really love the guy. He's great. It's a great dynamic, kind of no matter who he hosts. So really a great host. Then there's Ellen DeGeneres. My sexual orientation is asexual, and her sexual orientation is non-heterosexual. And so there's a bit of, for me, there's like, if I wanted to invoke kind of sexual orientation and not being a heterosexual, that's one that would be of interest to me. She's good. She does make the other person talk, so I was like, I do appreciate that. And then up next is Trevor Noah. He's one I was like, I feel like I lived in South Africa, and he's from South Africa, and so there's a bit of like, watch, people just pigeonhole because of the us together, kind of because of the South Africa angle. And then there's Seth Meyers, who I've already previously said on this channel that he's kind of the most like me. He's somebody who I could see potentially, if I got to be a guest, like a repeated guest, he might even be best territory for potential candidate for my best male friend, aside from my soulmates. Ooh. Then there was Jimmy Kimmel, who I watched, and my friend Jinsel and I went on a road trip, including to the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and we'll walk past the studio, and I asked if she knew who he was, and she was like, no. And then I got scooped I saw the Hans Zimmer star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and somebody scooped me to taking a picture, and I was like, what? Then there's James Corden. I like him. I think he's potentially a little bit too goofy for my personal, like how I might present on a talk show. There's Jimmy Fallon. He's high energy. I can be high energy. I can also be low energy, so I would need to be careful on that. There's Stehpen Colbert. He's a little lower energy, and so I can be low energy and I can be high energy. However, in performance settings, high energy is not my go-to, especially if it's about my work, science/mathematics. So that's something to keep in mind. And then so energy levels were takeaways there. And then up last, Conan O'Brien and Kevin Hart. I gotta say, with Kevin Hart, some of his work I remember the best is from him being on Conan O'Brien. And Conan O'Brien is kind of like the most direct in speak. So there we go. Those were kind of my takeaways. Thank you for joining me.